The arid breeze carried a haunting stillness over the Egyptian village of El Mansour, where life clung to tradition amidst the encroaching shadows of the desert. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting the sands in hues of crimson and gold. The villagers, oblivious to the storm brewing, moved about their routines, their laughter and murmurs echoing through the narrow streets. Far beneath the surface, Stephen paced in his underground lair, the dungeon illuminated by the sickly glow of green torches. The Sundered Ones, skeletal and pallid creatures with hollow eyes and jagged claws, surrounded him in a half-circle. Their raspy breaths and guttural growls filled the chamber as Stephen raised his hands, channeling his dark power into the ancient glyphs carved into the stone walls. "It's time," Stephen muttered, his voice venomous and low. "Go, remind them what despair feels like." The glyphs pulsed with dark energy, and a portal ripped open, its swirling void releasing the Sundered Ones. Like wraiths, they slithered into the ether, their forms twisting as they emerged in the heart of the unsuspecting village. Krystos had been meditating near the outskirts of El Mansour, seeking solace in the whispers of the desert winds. The events of recent days, the revelations of his lineage, the mystic's cryptic warnings, had left him conflicted and wary. For all his potential, he still felt raw, his power unstable and unrefined. The first scream shattered his focus. His eyes snapped open, glowing faintly as he felt the surge of dark energy ripple through the air. Without hesitation, he ran toward the village. Chaos greeted him at the edge of the village. The Sundered Ones were merciless, their claws tearing through walls and their haunting wails, driving the villagers into a panicked frenzy. Fires broke out, casting eerie shadows across the sand. Krystos clenched his fists, his heart pounding as he witnessed the destruction. "I have to stop this," he muttered, stepping forward. Yet a flicker of doubt tugged at him. Was he ready? Krystos darted into the fray, dodging debris and pulling a frightened child out of harm's way. As one of the Sundered Ones lunged at him, its hollow maw gaping, he instinctively raised his hands. A burst of energy erupted from his palms, obliterating the creature into ash. The thrill of power surged through him, but with it came a loss of control. The ground beneath him trembled as his energy spiraled outward, striking not just his enemies but also nearby homes. A wall crumbled, narrowly missing a group of fleeing villagers. "Focus," he told himself, panic rising as he felt the power slipping from his grasp. His emotions, fear, anger, guilt, amplified the chaos, and the energy within him lashed out like a storm. In the midst of the carnage, a figure appeared, a young woman dressed in a long, flowing tunic adorned with intricate symbols. Her dark eyes glowed faintly, and she wielded a staff tipped with a brilliant blue crystal. She approached Krystos, her voice cutting through the chaos like a blade. "Control yourself or you'll destroy everything," she commanded. Krystos turned to her, desperation in his eyes. "I'm trying. Who are you? There's no time for introductions. Focus on your breathing. Draw the energy inward, or it will consume you." Her calm yet commanding tone grounded him. Following her advice, Krystos steadied his breath, visualizing the energy retreating into his core. The tremors subsided and he regained a measure of control. Together they turned their attention to the Sundered Ones. The battle was brutal. The young woman, who introduced herself as Layla, a descendant of an ancient order of protectors, proved a formidable ally, using her staff to channel protective barriers and blasts of light. Side by side they drove back the Sundered Ones, who shrieked and disintegrated under their combined might. Krystos, though still shaky, began to trust in his abilities. With Layla's guidance, he unleashed precise bursts of energy, targeting the creatures without harming the villagers. One by one, the Sundered Ones fell, until only silence remained. As the last ember of the battle faded, Krystos surveyed the devastation. Homes lay in ruins, and the air was thick with smoke and grief. Guilt gnawed at him as he saw the villagers' faces. Fearful, distrustful, some even angry. Layla placed a hand on his shoulder. "You did what you could. This wasn't your fault, wasn't it?" he asked bitterly, his voice barely a whisper. "I was supposed to protect them, not this. Stephen did this," she said firmly. "And he won't stop until he's broken you. But you're stronger than he realizes." That's why I'm here, to help you. Krystos looked at her, gratitude flickering in his eyes despite his sorrow. Thank you. But I don't even know if I can control this power. You will, she replied. But it won't be easy. For now we have to prepare. Stephen isn't done with you. Deep within his lair, Stephen observed the village through a scrying orb, a twisted grin spreading across his face. Though his creatures had been defeated, the destruction they wrought had served its purpose. He had sown doubt and chaos, and in doing so, he had planted the seeds of Krystos's downfall. Soon, he murmured, his voice dripping with malice. Soon the boy will see that power is nothing without control, and when he falls, the bloodline will be mine.
It's in my bloodline, yeah. I was born with it.